Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. How y'all doing? Y'all see the title? Jedidiah Brown. I don't know much of this guy. I know he's an activist, and I do believe I heard that John Frank met him doing the whole J4K. I mean, the Kanika Jenkins thing. I don't know how they met, but I do remember hearing that they met. But he was the one that was going off at the town hall meeting when he was talking about the police officer having sex in the squad car or something, or in the cell, and she got promoted to internal affairs investigator and all of that. So we're about to hear what he had to say about Tiffany and Dolton. Now, I've heard two sides of the story. I didn't get that he was a plant for Tiffany. It's a guy that said he believed what he said at the thing. He was a Tiffany plant, but he was hard on the administration, so I don't get that one. See, somebody live talking about Jedidiah too. And then I spelled his name wrong. I said Jedidiah. My bad, dude. I fixed it at the end. It's J-E-D, Jedidiah. Oops. Can't be correct all the time. What's going on, Gabe?
Life. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Can't stop it from rolling along. Can't stop it.
Sometimes it rolls along too much at once.
Well, at least you know how to pronounce your words. That's always a plus.
Yeah, I can get my words right.
Which channel is this?
You can pronounce your words right.
And he did this on the channel Hannibal is Hungry. I'll share the link when I get done. It's customary. Y'all go check him out. He be talking about this, and I think he does a lot of different things. It's not just, let's see. Well, I guess he does a lot of auditing or public corruption type things on his channel. Oh, I see a YouTuber, the YouTuber, he's an audit channel. He mad at dude he mad at Long Island audit for going down to Dolton. It's very funny. He did it live. He was going off. He mad. He said that dude is the reason that the citizens can't get in there, and he done took his ass back to New York while the citizens can't get in town hall. I was like, ooh. And he was also saying some of the same things I said earlier in my upload. He was saying that he feel like dude it's like he going down there trying to get them to arrest him so he can sue. He said like he trying to get a lawsuit. He was like, okay, now that he said you've done like 2 or 3 audits down there, now what? We know they corrupt. What's the next step? It's like, I was like, you got a point, but you expecting too much from a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber. He's doing his job. He's bringing awareness, but his main job is to get the money, get the views and stuff, which he's doing. Now, somebody may see his video that can actually do something. None of y'all can do anything. Y'all ain't the damn police. The only thing any of y'all can do, including you, if you live in Dolton, what is it? The real late night crew. The only thing you can do is vote out. Y'all can't do anything else. Y'all don't have any power other than voting and voicing your displeasure and talking. That's it. Sides. You can't be too hard. But it's YouTube beef. It's funny as hell. I think it's because Long Island probably got, I forgot how many stuff. I think he got about 100,000. If he not, he close. And the other dude got 14. So it's a little bit of error because he like, I'm from here. I was doing, he calling himself the real auditor. Now the shit is funny. I may review that beef tomorrow. Fuck it. Because we ain't heard no beef going on in a minute. And we know niggas like drama. We may review that. He was going the fuck off too.
The work. Thank you.
I will say Dolton is good for the YouTube economy right now. Everybody and their mama is talking about Dolton, Thornton Township, and Tiffany. And Keith Freeman still ain't turned himself in, by the way. Nobody else is talking about that or asking where this nigga is except for me, because I've been keeping up with all the Dolton news channels. That nigga has not turned himself in yet. He's a fugitive from justice at the moment. Unless he didn't turn himself in and he working with him and they ain't said nothing. But the news still should have asked that question and gave some type of response. whatever.
Sorry, I had myself muted. Let's start over. It says, let me start over. Welcome to the channel. Jedidiah Brown is on his way. We had a little bit of I didn't know what time zone he was in.
So
A couple of days, especially for him. I'll figure it out. So he's heading home. A real on over allegedly, but there's a few like mayors out there that had some issues. But I don't know, nothing to this extent, or at least this much details of not just one person, but dozens of people and all the things that they're allegedly have been accused of doing, bringing down this town in such a basically just destroying it with the way they're running it like a crime ring. Why has the AG done nothing to even intervene? There's a few little press releases, but he has not done anything. And we can see we don't really just talk about pictures, and a lot of people take pictures of each other, but she has the picture of her.
They got
and this is the guy that's supposed to be jumping in when
they got to do the research. They can't just come in. I mean, what the news has said, that's not anything criminal. It's alarming to the taxpayers that she's spending $100,000 on trips. That's what they pointed out today. They did a news story on WGN saying that her total amount on the 3 trips she's taken to Vegas, Atlanta, and New York cost the taxpayers $102,000 just to travel. With the hotel and the planes and stuff. Yep, $100,000. She take people. It's because she takes people with her when she goes. It's not like she's spending that amount. But yeah, it's not criminal. It's part of the budget and all of that. And so they have to do their investigation. Like the Attorney General telling her to turn over documents and stuff. He trying to see if she gonna do it or not. Now, if she don't do it, which I don't think she has at the moment, according to the trustees, then that's when you get the federal subpoena power. That may have been why they were there the other day, because that could be one thing. What they went for the other day could be something totally different. But the Attorney General wants to know about her Tiffany Cares Foundation. They want to see, now that stuff there is illegal, but they got to wait for her to turn over the documents. If she don't, then they gonna go in.
When the people are begging for help, they're saying, listen, please come in. There's this mayor, she's out of control. She's running a township, it's out of control. Can you come in and do your job? And unfortunately, at least 2 cases, according to the people I've talked to, these 2 cases that he could have took a look at and he refused to. So it looks like this thing is bigger than Tiffany Henyard. This is deeper. This is what a lot of you guys have talked about in the chat, that there's corruption that's deep-rooted. It's a cultural corruption, at least politically. And Henyard is just another cog in this machine. And she's probably the squeakiest clog. And she needs to, I think all parties are probably saying like she's been too loud. Even the people who are probably doing wrong, even they're saying like, listen, this person's out of control.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know if you guys saw the latest video that she put out on the Village of Dolton channel. Actually, we'll watch that real quick. Before that, I want to just throw some love at John.
Oh, that little interview she had. I saw it, but I didn't see it.
Article thing.
I just saw that she did one.
Where someone that is making a 5-minute video can't spell words correctly, falsehoods is spelled wrong. They just took this. It's probably a template, like
he criticized me. I like this nigga. He criticizing the shit out there.
Let me share that with you guys.
He's thorough with his analysis.
And I'm sure you guys already seen my post about it, and some of the errors that you can notice off the top. If you're going to do the fake news article thing, fill in the dummy text. You know, I mean, you don't have to be an editor to see this. You know, people stop the video to look at things. You know, human beings are very, very curious creatures. So the fact that I could pause this, and I'm sure most of you guys probably picked it up. You pause it, you're reading, like, wow, they couldn't get any of this taken care of. They couldn't fix this. You know, details matter. Because if you're not able to have a team where someone that is making a 5-minute video can't spell words correctly, falsehoods is spelled wrong. They just took this. It was probably a template, like a template graphic. Just put her face in it, put a title, and didn't fix this. This is the problem. What you gotta do is stop it. Like, well, if they can't get this right, then the town doesn't have any. The village doesn't have any hope. You know, as much as you can say, well, it's just a video. They can't get this done right after everything has been said and how much she's getting booed, how a lot of her supporters are embarrassing themselves, and if
she's awfully concerned with social media.
Puts this out.
Forget her personal social media. She's awfully involved and concerned about the social media of Dolton. She doesn't have any clout over Thornton Township YouTube channel, apparently, because it's not a lot of shit on
it's not
her on Thornton. Yeah, on Thornton Townships, there's not a lot of shit of her. But if you go to Dolton, man, this motherfucker she loves herself.
You know what? I've seen a few headlines or whatever. He spells shit wrong. I noticed. She's a dummy.
I was like, wow, she can't. To the point, like, I always ask this question: is this real? Is how is this even acceptable? Tanya Harper with the 999 super chat. Appreciate you. Bless you, brother. The late night crew. Definitely appreciate all the support. Thank you, Tanya, for the $5 super chat between you and Shane Burgundy. I am tired, but I can't stop watching. You guys keep it fun and informative. Hoping the best for them. Same as well. I know it's extremely exhausting. I mean, imagine people that are living there and what they have to do. But they've been, I think they've still been positive. They still have the sense of humor. They are willing to help. They're willing to even understand.
They voted her ass up better.
You know, like I
she
had
ain't winning the
second
second term.
The decision for Lightfoot.
Stupid.
And they saw that, but still willing to talk and work with me and even reach out to give their opinion.
Yeah, that was just another waste of taxpayers' money. Lord Lightfoot can't do shit. And then the trustee said, well, this is for civil action to see what we could possibly do. What y'all been doing? Suing in the town. That's about it. She can't do shit. Y'all know more about what's going on than she do. Y'all gotta tell her. And if she ain't, as Long Island Audit said, if she ain't gave the shit to the trustees, the people that work there, and the attorney general, why is she gonna give it to a private investigator?
On the subject, and it's still all up. Like they're still, they're not doing what the other side is doing, shutting down anytime someone does anything that they disagree with. They want to threaten and just try to ruin their lives because they don't agree with their side of things. So there's a big difference. It's like night and day. We can look at this video real quick. This is the propaganda piece. We're watching. And the thing is, isn't it just? This is what she's supposed to do. Like, this is the job of what all people in positions, right? It's a propaganda thing. It's trying to, but it's like, what? This is it? Like, okay. Joke that she can't pronounce certain words properly.
Okay, fuck it. Let's get to the damn interview.
Honoring,
share the video, y'all can get to that.
Gross. Video.
Where the hell is?
Actually, I think I saw.
He breaking the shit. He going down on that video. He is not going.
It's propaganda. And when is the best time to go there?
I go for the most part of my entire life.
Just real quick, like a briefing. Awesome. It's all about just coming together. Nothing is perfect, so it's all good as long as we kind of come through at the end there. So for those who don't know, and if many people who already been on my channel know you already, at least a good amount checking out some of the content. For those who haven't been on Facebook, just real quick, like a brief introduction of who you are, and what prompted you to be here, or at least be here, but to investigate Dolton. Like, I guess that whole
truth. They said, "What happened to your life?"
What you mean?
Yours truly said, "What happened to your life?" She wanted to catch the replay. Is it gone?
I don't know.
You
not
probably
up?
had a song in there that took it down if it's not up.
Let me see. Oh, I've been sleep, child. I don't know nothing about it.
Oh, must
Let
be
me see.
nice.
I took a little nap. One time from like 7,
Okay.
8:30.
Let me see. It's gone, girl. Oh, let me see.
It's one of them songs.
Oh, yeah, it ain't on there.
Good as
Let
you
me,
was playing.
Damn, I just closed my laptop. Let me go and see what song it is. I'll be right back.
situation.
So I am a.
Just go to YouTube Studio from your cell phone. It'll tell you. They didn't update it.
I don't ever use
It's-
YouTube Studio for my cell phone.
It's amazing. It's so quick and easy now. Yep, you
Really?
can trim the song. You can trim the songs out from that jet now.
But you have to go to the desktop version, right?
Nope. That's what I'm telling you. They didn't fix the app. That with the app, I
No.
play music if I want to. When the show ends and I get the email, I just go to the app and I click on the song. I click on where like normally where it would be what the fuck is it? The monetization part. And then it tells you, it'll show you the list of songs and it'll let you hit the button and you can mute it or trim it out right there. Now you gotta go in the studio if you want to just do all of them at one time, but you can do it one at a time from
So what I do, I go to my studio, I'm in my studio, then I go to my lives, I see it, it's blocked. So what do I click on it?
Click, yep. Click on where it's saying not eligible or blocked. And then it'll give you a list of songs now. It's pretty cool. And it'll tell you the one that actually got it blocked. It might be more than one, but it'll tell you which one.
No, where do I go? When I clicked on it, it came up. And where's the list of songs? I don't see that.
Maybe you have to do an update. You probably got it updated. But no, it would be when you hit it would be. Yeah, you would click on where the red thing where it says blocked. Yes.
They added a new feature for, I don't know, only certain creators get it. I don't know if you guys got it, but there's for the audience retention, there's like a new analytic for that.
That's been there. That's how I know what my as I've always known what my audience retention was. It sucks on the vertical app.
It breaks down even more. It's like subs. Those aren't subs.
It's been there, G. It's been there, G. Yeah, and then you can see it real time in the studio while you laugh too.
Never really looked by it.
Yeah, while you live, when you go to your studio, it's on the video that you're in, and it shows. You find the truth.
Yep.
See, and then you can just trim them out one at a time. But it should tell you which one. It'll say that song got it blocked worldwide, yada, yada, yada. But you could be more than one, though. But yeah, it's amazing. It's just easy from the phone now. I don't have to go in the studio unless I'm setting up a live action. Or fighting strikes,
And I actually own a few businesses. But for the most part of my life, and what the public would know, is that I'm a Chicago-bred advocate.
And it typically cuts the songs out and stuff within 5 minutes or less.
I've been in Chicago for the most part of my entire life, except for the last 5 years, to where I'm in and out of the city. But while I was in Chicago, I've been around some of the most notorious and notable cases, working as an advocate My work has expanded more to investigations in my advocacy. And so with people knowing my particular style of advocating and trying to get to the bottom of things, I had literal residents and people who are elected officials and honestly Hannibal's law enforcement officers asked me to come and help the people in Dolton who have been working on this literally for 2 years before they got off the help that they're now saying.
Yeah. And you talking about being a part of some notorious cases. Just, we're going to go into your style and some of the stuff you have uncovered, but I mean, you know more than I do. Have you ever seen something like this before? Like, is this, I mean, I never have, but maybe you've had. Have you ever seen something that's gone this deep with so much connections and everyone just seems to be corrupt and like, have you ever seen something like this as you've been investigating over the last couple of weeks in this situation?
It's a two-part answer. The first thing I'm gonna say is I lived in the most corrupt county in the country, right? So I've seen this. This is literally the Democratic machine of Illinois on display. But I was only brought in for sexual assault allegations. And as we began to put the DOTTS together, I ran into something that I've never seen.
Why does he keep saying that? DOTTS. Is he making fun of the dude that said that all these niggas fucking up? Because it was a dude that said that. He said you got to put the DOTTSs together. Is he making fun of him, or is that how they spell it up there in that area?
I never imagined that such a small village like Dolton that we typically just ride past and ride through would become the epicenter of proof of exactly how people are suffering in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last, like you had a live earlier today, but the one that I think I saw, maybe it was the day before, blew my mind. With, again, you were here primarily for the trustee Holmes and what he's been alleged of doing back in Vegas, but like I said, it kind of opened up to more. And what prompted you to open up more? Was it because of how the administration was behaving, how they behaved towards you? Like, it was a natural transition to open up the investigation beyond Holmes?
So, I mean, we were trying to basically get as much information as we could about the sexual assault allegation. And I've seen things, even all the way in Texas. I've seen Dolton come up over my phone, but I'm like, okay, it's Dolton. Who cares? Like, I'm not even really paying attention. I've been seeing YouTube reports. It was things that we were hearing, but I wasn't really aware. But my thing was, if this gentleman is accused of such a heinous thing against a black woman, then why isn't the black woman seated in the place of authority doing something about it? And I want to give kudos to all of the amazing journalists and YouTubers and content creators, because it was because of you all's reporting that I said, wait a minute, it's way more to this. And we just were trying to get to the bottom of what, but definitely did never ever imagine it would be all that we have on today.
Yeah, I mean, first it's already crazy, but like there's even more, like I said, deeper level of it where, talking about, again, all alleged, but the police department and how they're connected to certain businesses like the tow truck companies and all these characters that are all involved. And it seems like no one is clean, but I'm sure there are someone there. But at the same time, if you are dealing with this mayor and supervisor, it's difficult to kind of figure out who is on the up and up and who isn't. Have you been able to kind of separate who's been doing the job correctly and who isn't, or is it everyone is under scrutiny to a certain extent?
I'm gonna have to say allegedly, but they are.
Oh yeah, allegedly. Right. So allegedly.
Allegedly, everybody has. Let me think like this. This is a mayor who actually, if you don't do her bidding, and if you're not doing what their will is, you will be fired. You'll be excommunicated. You will be mishandled, targeted, and intimidated. Everybody that currently has a seat ought to be checked 3, 4, 5 times because they've done something that they were supposed to do to keep the positions that they are in. It is literally the culture. This isn't just a bunch of bad acts. This is the culture that has been created by a undoubtedly corrupt administration. And it's so crazy because not only did this administration think that they can get people to do illegal acts, and in some of it, this is ignorance on this administration's part, but they literally had people do unspeakable things. They turned around and let them out to dry. Well, now all of those people are hurt. They're mad. They're frazzled. And what do you think that they're doing? They're talking.
Yeah, I would assume so. Because, like you said, we all did this job together, and you're pushing me out. What choice do I have? I'm going to retaliate. So I'm sure that's how many of the information.
Ain't none of them
getting
like
it.
Lil Rod.
But I guess I found you interesting as well because I didn't know you until you kind of just came on the scene. And the one thing I did know that the people who trusted me with information and communicating me trusted you. So I knew that you definitely were going on to something, but your style has been something. And you talked about this earlier today on your live. But when you first kind of jumped on the scene, how would you judge the response you received from the community of Dolton when you kind of came in, especially with the regular board meeting on the 1st to now? Because I feel like it has been a shift, but I don't know. I guess I'll ask you. You're the man that in your shoes. Tell me about that experience of the response the community had towards your style and the information you're putting out.
We're still working on that. We're kind of processing that right now. However, again, I was brought in for a sexual assault situation. And what literally kind of really ultimately shifted me was me on viewing what I would feel to be civil rights violations, Cheryl Hill. I saw the incident with Cheryl Hill, and that made me say, wait a minute, I need to go a little further. And then the people who you're talking about that we both know in common, let's just be very clear here. I didn't come in here and just do some amazing job all by myself figuring out tea. There are people who have been oppressed and living under this for years that have not been afraid. They've been speaking out, they've been investigating, they've been researching. And when I came, they just basically said, look, you can do what you do, but we want to make sure that you are not just blurting out anything and that you understand we have been fighting. And so I'm visible, I'm very loud, but there are so many heroes in this that I cannot wait till they're talked about. So the shift of it this is what I love. Dolton has remained hospitable. Of course, you have a few distractors and you have people who say, well, because anybody in the public, I've been in the public for years. Anytime I go somewhere, they say, wait, messy. I've been called zesty. I've had a lot of things been said. So the people are like, can we trust him? Mm-hmm. And I feel like even when I went to that first dog meet, people were like skeptical.
Melissa, fuck Lil Rod. He a snitch and I don't like him.
I'm standing in between the police and the citizens and I'm yelling back and forth. And they're like, can we trust him? But that trust factor, I've been building on it, and I have been having to consistently respond to questions and allegations. And I do that. I try to be responsive because I understand perception is truth. There are a lot of rumors out there, but they've always been hospitable, and we continue to work on that relationship as we process this very difficult space for all men.
Yeah, I agree with the build. Even when many people may be disagreeing with some of the stuff I've said, but they still able to reach out and have a civil conversation, which is the complete opposite on the other side. And I'm sure that you're investigating. But both your personal challenges dealing with this. I mean, I know I don't know if it's a lawsuit. I didn't hear exactly what's going on, but tell me your biggest challenges you have faced during your investigations. Are you being threatened? Obviously, legally, there's some issues, but tell me about the impact on your personal life dealing with this investigation.
So I have to stay on the move. This place that I'm in right now is a broadcasting place. It's literally an empty apartment that I have for the purposes of doing this. But because of this, I've literally had to upgrade my comfortable life. I had to get a new place to live. I was a violence interrupter at one time in Chicago, so I got a lot of relationships with street organizations. And then I was kicking the ass of now Governor J.B. Pritzker when he ran. He was paying off everybody, and I met even more gangsters and street people. And I've gotten tons of calls, people saying, hey, people are shopping around trying to figure out how to get at you. I've said a lot without saying anything. They're trying to figure out how to get at you. I understand that there are advocates who are coming up and they're trying to plan and organize things to try to discredit me or to gang up against me for this mayor. Legally, I have a restraining order. I have a cease and desist order. I have a lawsuit prerequisite, pretext to a lawsuit, basically saying that if I don't take down my videos and show this information that I have and who gave it to me, if I do that, it goes away. If I don't, we go to court. That is nothing more than them trying to figure out what my sources are. But remember, Hannah, I'm homeless. And so it is a lot. You literally see that this administration still hasn't learned anything. They're still weaponizing the government, weaponizing the courts. They're trying to, these are ghetto ass people. Can I cuss them here? I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
Go ahead.
But these are ghetto ass motherfuckers who got a little bit of power and they still don't use it well because they think people are afraid that they're smarter. As you said, these are sociopath, narcissistic people that are corrupt. And
Lil Rod was dealing with, he liked dick and ecstasy and illegal guns. He liked that shit.
Literally, they think that they're going to use street tactics with government power, and they're just not smart enough. Simple.
Yeah. And it sounds like you have touched on it because of how they've been reacting towards, especially the last couple of lives. You've made some, there's some serious allegations against local officials in the police department. I'm wondering, when, I guess eventually, are you going to provide more details? Like you've already kind of mentioned a lot, like that one live where you kind of showing the pictures of all the people. It was overwhelming because the amount of corruption allegedly that exists here. Will these challenges slow your investigation down? Or do you have tactics and strategies to kind of move around this? Like, what's the state of what you're able to do as you kind of continue on with this investigation?
I've been doing this a long time. I know how to move. My teams are very, very well equipped and experienced. People often think I don't really like. I think Obama said one thing that I absolutely love: the greatest gift that anyone can give you is to underestimate you. And I try. Like I said, I'm a person that say a lot without saying a lot. I was asked by law enforcement and elected officials to come and help. So you don't think that I'm gonna require them to help me too? But the thing is, if they wanted to stop me, this wasn't the way. Because am I gonna stop because of this? Hell no! I'm going to go harder because it means I'm getting close to something. It means that you're uncomfortable for a reason. The way that they could have stopped this was to simply recall for the resignation of Andrew Holmes. Let him fall from under the guise of the protection of this organization so that I could pursue the sexual assault situation. But now, because of what's going on, now I demand for Lieutenant Staples to be fired or to resign. So what happens now is the more they agitate me as a advocate that just simply disseminate information that's being made available to me, the more they do that against me, the deeper I dig. And so that's my response. You threaten me, I'm gonna uncover everything. And then it got a little messy. I don't know if you saw my live today. Even my mama got on and rebuked me today saying, look, this woman got kids. And I'm like, so? But we're digging deeper, and it is so sad because I want to feel sorry for her because I believe there are real mental illnesses, but ignorance is not. Ignorance doesn't give you a pass from breaking the law. And so my issue is you're an elected official, you're a leader, but every level that we turn over a stone, we find something that says, oh my God, this is terrible. This is not a good administration. This is not a good person. And this damn sure is not a good situation.
I guess you have a thought, or maybe you have information on why she hasn't told Holmes, step off, man, just resign. This is not looking good for anyone. You ever had an idea of why that hasn't happened?
Because everybody she's fired and turned on her, so now they're trying to keep everybody close. Mm-hmm. And when you do dirt with people, you can't abandon them so easily when they can turn around and start telling your max, your information, your
Lil Rod.
I think that she also doesn't have a lot of supporters. A lot of her friends around her are new. And she needs these people to help her have any kind of footing if there was any chance to have it so that she can hold on as long as she can.
There's a Zoom meeting of her and Andrew Holmes arguing when both of them were trustees. And she was talking about canceling meetings and stuff and saying that's not right. They can't do that. And she turned around and did the same thing. Very, very funny.
Power corrupts.
He around. He was up here last week. He around.
And why they do their best to backpedal and cover up some of this stuff. I think they also counted on this being such a small village that nobody was going to care about.
Hey,
they were able to fix this, but also you find here that there's a culture of fraternizing and not necessarily nepotism, but they're enriching their individual personal lives and their friends with this village. And you find out to where you could tell greed has gotten in to where they've done too much. And so now they're trying to keep things closed and buy more time so that they can cover up some of this mess. But it's just been too big and it's been too much. It's become an international issue. Hannibal, this thing is worldwide. And yeah, it's a worldwide issue now. And no, she's not going to try. She's not going to call for the resignation of these people because guess what? This ship has holes in it. They're still trying to pull water out of it. They don't realize every day there's a new hole.
I've according to that one of your lives where you kind of bringing out a lot of, I guess you could consider it public or personal fraternizing or relationships that seem to be all intermingled, and I know some people who had some issue of, wow, this is really messy. Is this necessary? I think it is, but to those who have that idea of like, wow, should we know who slept with who and or who didn't?
Apparently, Jedidiah doesn't have a YouTube page, but it does have a Facebook page.
With whom? Why do you think it's important to have, or at least to report this? This kind of, I guess we call the messiness of it.
And so I am messy. I always say I'm messy because I give truth. Truth is messy. But no, I don't think that it's necessarily everybody's business who's sleeping with who, except for when it actually connects dots. Mm-hmm. So some of the people who we're showing or talking about their infidelity and their sleeping, I'm trying to make the case that this is why these people are so tough with each other. You see these same names on almost everything. Like one of the people we talked about is Carmen, the mayor's chief of staff, sleeping with her lead advisor around finance. Now, I could have just simply talked about his bankruptcy filing and his unethical lifestyle, and how could a man who literally is trying to use the government to defraud consistently the lead advisor and the credit card holder of the township when it comes to finance? I could have just stayed there, right? But when you sit there and you're like, well, why isn't the chief of staff advising this mayor effectively about the mishandling of funds? Wait a minute, because she's fucking the finance director. And so and then they're doing some of this stuff on company time. Yeah. When they're paid. I wouldn't have never talked about her fucking if she wasn't fucking in Las Vegas while they was there to do an economic summit. But you're compromised. You cannot do your job because you're having relations with him and about 5 other people in this administration. Yeah.
It's affecting the taxpayers. That's compromised your job, compromising everything when you're out there. I guess fraternizing is probably the word.
I gotta go to this nigga Facebook page.
Right. But we decided, okay, I know that some of them are gay. We're not gonna put out the gay information because it's not necessarily on company time. It is not necessarily affecting the constituents directly. But Hannibal, I literally could do 7 days worth of lives just on who fucking who alone.
Yeah. But again, like I said, you're picking the things like I said, that's about the company time, that's connected to some level of corruption. So that makes sense. Like I said, I think it's like I said, it's messy, it's dirty, but to bring truth to light, you kind of have to talk about those certain things. The one thing you did mention on one of the lives, I think the last one you had was next week being Hell Week. And I wanted to know, like, you know, I'm interested, like, why are you prepping for next week to be Hell Week? Like, what's going on? I know you have a report, but what are you anticipating is going to happen next week?
Of course, I can't put it out too soon, but I'll say everything that's coming out will not be coming from me. But I think there's things that are coming up that's going to give further credibility. Again, I'm not the only person that's out here doing great work. There are going to be things that are going to come out that further validate the conversation and the allegation. And the way I know about it is, again, because now what was a focused effort on one issue is now a collaborated effort on behalf of Dolton. Because we're trying to stop Dolton from becoming its new tagline being Dick and Dollars. Because Dolton, Dick and Dollars. Because that is literally what they're dealing with. But some of the things people saying, well, Jedidiah, you're saying some very weighted stuff. They kind of need to touch it a little bit more. And I think that this will be a week where people are going to have more of a feeling of the real receipts. Because some of that stuff is getting ready to come out. It's going to be
right.
Hannibal, this is going to be a week to remember. Just remember us.
Definitely. All right. I'm waiting. I can't wait to get more information on exactly, like I said, the Henyard always talks about receipts and never provides receipts, never really brings to light to answer anything, even things that's like, you know, that's critical of her. It doesn't happen. Like we just showed a Village of Dolton video, just splice videos of her doing her job, not answering any of the questions that's currently going on. And I know she was particularly angry. I'm sure it looked like she was angry with you when you were able to talk to her during the township meeting. That was wild. That was a wild meeting. You were going. You didn't stay in one place at all. You were going in and out of the. I was like in and out. I'm watching. I hope everything happened. I hope everyone's safe. I hope there's no punches are thrown, because there was a lot of emotion. Describe that experience real quick, if you can, about you hanging out in that township meeting.
You asked me my style, and if you really do the research on Jedidiah, the reason why I piss off everybody is because when I leave from the moment of from information to actual organized movement, everybody can get it. And so that's my style. Everybody can get it. And I'm going for the jugular vein, because I don't think that war is a pretty thing. And so what you see in this meeting is me saying, all right, you know what? I know what I'm talking about. But at the same time, y'all playing in my face, because I have a little bit of PTSD. I had just been surrounded by Dolton police and served a shorthand protection order after pursuing again what was my target, this sexual assault allegation. I show up at the trustee's home. We need you to answer to these allegations. Police show up. It jades me. I get served paper, and I'm like, wait a minute. If what I'm doing is incorrect, you guys don't have to fight to protect it or target me. I don't like the court system. I don't like police surrounding me because of things I've been through. And then you put paperwork on me. You're putting paperwork on me saying that I'm a stalker, somebody I don't know. So when I left where I was at, I was determined to give them hell. So now it's no longer information. I'm on the move. I'm going to this township meeting, and I want all the smoke. And I thank God for people who are praying for there not to be no punches thrown, to stop praying for that. Because I think that we need, y'all putting spiritual blocks upon my carnal move. I need my flesh to have its way. I wanted one of them to throw a punch. Because I'm tired of people thinking just because I'm 5'8" and 156 pounds that I ain't never become a bully. I was bullied to 6th grade, now I'm a bully. I like when Negroes, people throw punches. Go look at the Donald Trump rally. That white man jumped on my back. Hey, maker. I want that kind of smoke.
I hear that. So I see a bunch of, I'm sorry, guys. I only had a chance to check out the chats real quick. It said, Hannibal's hungry. Tell Jedidiah to talk about the guy who lied on his work application. Well, real quick, if you said you actually had a history with Michael Smith, but why was he? That's the thing about Tiffany.
Oh shit, Jedidiah is cold. I gotta show this picture. He put a picture up on Facebook, and he put it up, and then he made a post that said a day ago that says, "Dear opposition, this directly to you. That strategy won't work. those trying to discredit our findings. I know what I put out. However, if you're saying the mayor doesn't live on that block, then why wouldn't a simple Google Maps check with that Tahoe casually be sitting in the driveway? Public officials' addresses are posted, which allows them protective measures. However, I keep saying it. Don't fuck with my team credibility. We're not novices. Y'all need more receipts. Keep talking. She has multiple places for the record, and I know them all. I know about real estate dealings, but I'll save it for later. Play with your mama. I'm going to show y'all the picture.
Side, the way they behave, and I think Stephanie Greenman also says like her team is aggressive and angry, and it felt cornered, and it was definitely a fight or flight, and they chose to fight. So it's like that, like you said, if you give me that energy, I will bring it back to you. But Michael Smith seems like he was really off the chain with the yelling and just. Was he always acted that way from like?
I think everybody in Illinois crazy as hell. It's just it's the water. But Michael Smith was at one point a respected young man.
Not the water.
Who was doing amazing things. He became a trustee.
It's the water that's making him slide.
Wow.
He said the whole state of Illinois. They just crazy up there. Shit.
Village of Dixmoor, even smaller than Dolton. And he had aspirations of running for mayor. And I remember being so proud of this young man, my age group, who was a trustee that was going to be mayor. And he literally, since then, had lost his damn mind. Oh, we just figured out who he really is. So one of the biggest things for me is not even, one of the biggest things is that this is a man who attacked.
Went out.
What happened, Troy?
About having money.
Yeah, well, not cut out because I was adding the picture. But I had said that too. He said he was, I skipped it back, but he was saying that he applauds Tiffany for giving people a chance that normally wouldn't have it. I said that once before. She put her folk song, but it also leads to corruption. Now he put this out and said this where Tiffany stay. He said that was she stay. That we put up. Now he put that out, but he did, as I read in the post, he said he knows about her. She got several addresses and he knows about real estate dealings and things. But they were trying to say that he false, that ain't right, and he was like, well, why the fuck is her Tahoe there? Why is the city of Dolton's Tahoe back there?
On the Facebook. Oh my God.
Well, it's not doxing, she's a public figure. That's how people are able to find the mayor's homes and shit like that.
But is that really her house? Like, don't the grass need cut? I can't see. Oh no, it don't.
The grass look like it's cut. If it is her house, it's probably one of her rental properties. I don't think that's her main one, when she's making almost $300,000 a year. Unless she's just saving money. She could just be saving money. But that is definitely her Tahoe. Just bagged in, ready to go.
Damn.
It is. He said, y'all got my sources fucked up.
Trustee that was going to be mayor. And he literally, since then, had lost his damn mind. Oh, we just figured out who he really is. So one of the biggest things for me is not even, one of the biggest things is that this is a man who attacked his own grandmother. He was charged for attacking his own grandmother. And so one of the things I did like about Tiffany is that Tiffany gave people an opportunity that they otherwise would not have had. Right. And in giving them these opportunities, she gave them a resource level that they otherwise would not have had. People could talk about having money all the time, but I love Keith Price. Keith Price is somewhat of one of my few political heroes, another person who served in government, who held government to task. I don't think that he's a corrupt person. I can't find traces to that yet. But I do know that he went from getting a role that he wouldn't have got, making $60,000, to now having it doubled to almost $120,000. Of course I'm going to defend my boss. And so when I look at Michael, I don't know exactly what he's getting out of this.
Twitter too.
Here was a man who groomed children.
Yeah.
It's on paperwork. This is a man who had been proven to be a harm to society. And not only prior, but continues to show the behavior. He literally got fake accounts threatening people's lives. He's showing up and being extremely despicably disgusting like me, but I'm not doing it for nobody official. He's doing it for them. And she surrounds herself with these people, but you literally see it is because the culture is, they think that there is honor among thieves, Hannibal. Yeah. They think that they're in this together. And if I got something on you, I can control you. But you see these people around her, this criminal element around her, and that's all you see. And it is because they are the ones who are going to do the dirty deeds and hopefully look the other way. Michael Smith is looking for relevance. He's looking for a payday. He didn't even like Tiffany. He supported the mayor before her. He was against her. And now all of a sudden he's for her. It's because he's getting something out of the deal. He's a paid provocateur. He should completely be discredited and not even paid attention to because he's an idiot.
Gotcha. But I want to do one favor for me when you have a chance. I want you to watch my video about Keith Price. We're not talking about it now, but I would like if you have a chance, I'd like you to check out my video on Keith Price because you may see that him and Michael Smith have a lot in common. But we'll talk about that another time. But yeah,
we find out, Hannibal, you're doing good work, man. Y'all found some shit.
Yeah, check out that video. You'll have at least a little different view of Keith Price. But we'll move on. Real quick though, what is? I mean, again, I think I've asked this question, but I guess we're kind of finishing up a little bit. And again, I really appreciate you coming through and having this conversation. What are the next steps in this investigation? I know you talked to people who have allegedly been victims of homes. You're diving deep into what's going on with the police department and some of the stuff they've done. What is your plan? I guess you don't have to show us all your cards, but what is the next steps in this investigation? And any specific areas you're looking to explore? Like what's your plans?
The first thing I need everybody to do is to like and subscribe to Hannibal's page.
Appreciate
that. And contribute to him because you're doing amazing work. There's not a lot of genuine people out here, especially that look like us. We got to make sure you're over-resourced, and this is why. We're going to continue to put the information out. We need people like you with the reach to make sure that it's going as far as it needs to go. And right now, we have been spending this weekend putting safety measures in place because this is getting a little dangerous. However, like I said, in the next week, it is now a collaborated effort where I'm going to start submitting my processes to a larger group. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start giving you all information. This is what I need people to understand. We are not dumb. And there are a lot of amazing people with a lot of expertise who are coming together. They got a lot of friends in a lot of places. We're going to allow information to come out that would not compromise the investigation or impede what we believe may be inevitable arrest. So we're going to give you guys information. And then there are some other people who finna give y'all some stuff that's going to have your clutching pearls and gasping. You know what's coming. They've already told us. And conjunctively, we're going to just simply right now keep the pressure because they've unfortunately missed every deadline. There is no more negotiation. There is no more you should have let go home. We are all in this finish. And you guys are going to see us continue to keep the pressure and keep them uncomfortable until there is an arrest, a resignation, or the people voting differently. And this is the problem, Hannibal. With all of this, we need people to be registered to vote, ready to vote her out because she catered to the people who voted her in. So we need now the people who are paying, and those are typically seniors. We need people who care about the larger picture. People, seniors just want to just not be bothered and have a couple good bingo nuts. But we need people who are experiencing the oppression of this administration ready to vote to make sure that they vote her out. Because look, even this, things that I've said, we are cool with knowing it's good. No matter what they do, we got it, right? But we can't get video. We can't get access control information. We can't get financial records, and we can't push the button to get people employed because all of those things are in the control of the mayor. So we got to get her out of there. So it's going to be either now or later, but she will be dealt with. It's coming.
Definitely. When is the next live on your channel?
Well, like I said, I think
page
just listen to what I just said. What fucking okay, I think I'm on. I can't tell you when I'm gonna be back online, but just give us a couple. Give this week because there's gonna be some other stuff y'all ain't even gonna be thinking about what I got to talk about. Because y'all gonna be like, oh my God, I'm talking about some crazy stuff gonna start coming out one after another, and some things that's gonna give better context to why we fight the fight. This is just gonna be. This is the week. I'm gonna tell you what I think this is. This week is gonna be the beginning of the end. And Lori Lightfoot has a deadline that she has committed. She will not miss. So I think that we're getting closer to the time when we're gonna see this. Hannibal, I thought you was gonna ask me some. I was ready to get used to see, but you ain't asking me, so it's okay. Hannibal say, "Go do your job, Jedidiah."
Well, I think a lot of people are looking for that. If you can, because I'm not sure what you can say and what you can't say. Obviously, it's still litigation. But if you can give us a little taste for people, we got 3,800 here. If you have something, you can talk about it.
What you want to know about? Who you want to know about?
Let's see. Chat, what do you guys want to know about? I do not like Lacey at all. Many videos of him, the way he behaves, the way he talks to women, but actually the way he talks to everybody. How quiet he was at the township meeting, just after all that was going on. I didn't see too much of him, but that issue that he's doing, the car that he's driving, all that type of things. Will you have more information about him, and is he connected to even the more shadier stuff? I think you even mentioned about the jail cell that I forgot what number it was, where the camera doesn't work and it's like 3. How deep Lacey is in all this?
It's so sad to me because everybody we've investigated or questioned, everybody knows that jail cell 3 is what they consider to be the suicide cell. It has a lot of problems. They know that the camera doesn't work well, and it has a pipe that goes through it, as I said on the video, that's good for lynching. But what really troubles us is that we have information that suggests that there were some numbers or there were some logins that were altered to make it look like people were checked several times. Chief Collins was more of an ethically moral man. A lot of the stuff that's happening right now is being allowed by the police chief, who was sworn to protect and serve the people for safety. But this chief seemingly has everything suggesting that he does everything to make sure that they're not safe and that they're oppressed. This police department left their jurisdiction and left their state to go to someone's house and demand their computer that was a former employee. It just shows you how far they will go. Literally, we have them sleeping in cars. I'm Lieutenant Staples. We're now talking to someone about the fact that allegedly pulled over someone in a traffic stop, found them to be attractive, and said to them that if they fucked, that she would let them go. Well, they got in the back of that police car and they fucked. There is no charge. There is no ticket for this particular stop. These are things that are all done under Chief Lacey. We watched Chief Lacey intentionally violate the civil rights of Cheryl Hill.
Damn, she doing it like that? Give me that dick, young man. you give me that dick, I rip the ticket up. And nigga said, fuck that ticket. Let's go. She must be fine. she gotta be. If it was that lady from my video earlier, hell no, and that was Commander, so that wasn't her. But nobody, I'm sorry, I will take the ticket, I go to jail, lady. Not lime green nails, no.
We know that there is no pending litigation or restraining order. She had been barred from meetings. She had been barred from taxpayer events. And these are allegations, right? But then you take it a step further and go into this man's personal life. I talked about it on the live. He was the recipient of $100,000 after a man mysteriously died in his driveway. But that man's wife happened to be his mistress, and at his swearing-in ceremony. But we know that he didn't have the ability to pass the exam. We know that his partner went down. He had a partner in Dolton who went to jail for drug trafficking. He had another partner who was on the detail of the mayor who quit the job because him and Lacey was getting into it. And then that woman shows up at Kingdom Hall where Lacey worships. And then Lacey is barred from worshiping with the Kingdom Hall saints. I could go on and on and on. But when you take this, they say that this man went to jail taking the fall for Chief Lacey. So then when we uncover that there is a potential alleged drug ring running through the city of Dolton, it makes sense if there's drugs being transported inside of a police car or hidden inside of a police department that we know will never open. That new police department will never open. But what have they been doing with that police department? The guy who was in charge of the ESDA, charged for possession of drugs. Her boyfriend has a history of doing drugs. So it's not far-fetched to say, well, could there be a drug operation going on? We got information that suggests there's a lot of prostitution going on. And people been using coochie power to bribe people, to get into positions. I'm sorry, that wasn't multiple positions. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He said, no pun intended, to get in positions.
I know, it's not funny, but yeah.
I could go on and on and on. I know this sounds so bizarre, but there are many things as it relates to false reports. We got people having reports being doctored up on them. We got people who are dealing with false arrests, having these officers driving past or coming by them. But then, look, this is what's crazy to me. There's a woman who's been very vocal. Her car gets mysteriously shot up. But we've been doing some looking into that. All I want to say is that all of these things are happening under the purview of Chief Lacey as the chief, who did not have the support of Mayor Henyard as a trustee. Then when she got in there, didn't want him to be there. So what was the conversational agreement that changed the entire outlook of a person that even she said basically was no good for dog?
Yeah, he became an attack dog. What was the two names that Henyard called Lacey when she didn't like him? I forgot the two.
I can't remember the quote, but I know it was a bitch. I think a punk ass bitch.
Yeah, well,
and I can't remember the other one. But she didn't like him. And
she didn't like him.
She called him a punk ass bitch.
Before I let you go though, because this.
Hey, Monica.
Thank you for mentioning this though. Kamal Woods, you said you had a file bigger than like he has the biggest file. And I've received emails, and a lot of people they have information as well. Tell me, like, what have you saw in Kamal Woods why is his file so big?
Kamal is the boss. This is a woman. Boss. He's the boss. This is a woman who, again, this is other things that will make you want to be sorry for her, but you can't. This is a woman who never had what she had. She never had power. She never had resources. And she never had men who did more than objectify her. And here's a guy who, just for the purposes of making it make sense, I'm understanding is well endowed. This is a guy who had a car wash, who tacks on her team, and he gets in a romantic relationship with her. And he is the one pushing her to bully people out properties that he did profit from. This is a guy who was telling her to do things that he think is going to raise her profile, like wear the Nino Brown outfit. This is a guy who is running operations through the village, gets $100,000 for the township. He is known as the real mayor, the real supervisor. But he is the guy steering the ship because he's the one drilling the boss. And she's adhering to this because she wants this man. And you find this because Tiffany Henyard has a long record of sleeping with men who are married. So you find a woman who hasn't loved herself enough, and she's willing to do whatever she can to have a man that she'll allow some guy who is not even the mayor to actually run her show and put her in danger to the level of some of the stuff she don't even know about. So it's sad, but his foul is the biggest because he is the one that's really in charge. And that's the one that everybody wants. And here it is. I didn't start getting attacked like I am behind the scenes until I mentioned Kamal. She wants to protect him at all costs. And so that file is valuable. And I'll be releasing that at the appropriate time.
Well, yeah, I'm very, very excited for that one because I think it's interesting you say he's the boss where, I thought at least Keith Freeman had some pull. But I'm guessing that's why the two probably don't necessarily get along because they're both trying to get curry favor with Henyard. But it looks like Kamal is the one that's winning, obviously, because they have that romantic relationship. So I'm extremely...
But Keith liked Henyard. Mm-hmm. We have things that suggest Keith liked her, wanted to have a romantic.
Keith fucking.
She has a lot of men who professionally worked with that she be messing around with too. But Keith liked her, and of course you got the boyfriend and the one who likes her. They're giving advice that's costing each other and wanting to be the favorite or in those moments so they have a natural clash, right? But Keith has to submit to Kamal because he listens to his word more. But Keith has them credit cards and he's a finance man. So it's really a really interesting dynamic because they even to this point still are in contention about how to get this ship out of this mess.
Right.
He's going to jail.
But, dude, I truly appreciate this time.
This was 8 days
check out
ago.
Jedidiah Brown. You should be on YouTube, man. I think you'll do fantastic on there as well. But check out Jedidiah Brown on Facebook. The link, the link comment in here is all of, I think, Jedidiah Brown's support, Cash App, Venmo, maybe I think it's Cash App, Zelle. If you want to support his movement, and before we end, tell us about how important it is to support your work and what you're doing.
So what's so sad for me is that people think that it's the people we get so easily distracted. I don't have a monetized page or YouTube or all of that because of the intensity of my work, and I try to give less to talk about. But I'm not Oprah, not fucking Elon Musk. I cannot fund this entire thing. There's a lot of evidence that we can get, but we can't get because we have literally broke the code of no snitching with money. And so we pay for some of this information, and there's a lot of people saying, well, how much can I get for this? And so those resources that people are sending, we're utilizing that to pay for the information that I'm giving to the public. So it's so important for people to fund it because not only are we able to do that, but if anybody gets in trouble, we want to be able to protect them. If we want to organize an effort, we want to have the resources to do it. I intend on getting a truck once I get enough resources. And I'm going to park that truck with something very specific on a picture, but I have to pay for it. And so if people contribute to us, they'll see what we're doing, but I also believe that it's my responsibility to be transparent. I try my best to tell people what's going on. And we need those resources because like right now, there's something I'm trying to pay for, but it's costing me a ton of money. I put my own money on the line, and I can't keep doing that too much more because my monkey need bananas and apples and milk. But they are not paying me. I literally am not getting one dime to my personal bills out of what we're advocating for. So I hope people will give us a chance and resource this money.
Awesome. And please, guys, check out Jedidiah Brown on Facebook. He does.
We're going there now. I shared him. I think I'll share him because Jedidiah is live. He's been live all day on this shit. He's definitely tuned in to the cause. This ain't the one. This the one? Yep. Well, he just ended it. Let's see. What he talking about? Let's see if you move to me.
To the person in power have a different opinion. Brother Don Court podcast here. So, in Harvey, Illinois. I've looked at him, what's up? I've looked at him to be a critical thinker. I thought of him to be a man for the people. I am coming to him a little more.
The title of it is, this may get interesting.
It is.
Still
All right,
talking Dolton.
Here we go. Jerry. He want to respond. You need to pay your cell phone bill. Now I see if they adding on there. Now Tiffany is before the.
Hold on.
Just go by the window. Chris Moore, Dolton of Harvey, is potentially the mayor, friends with the mayor of Dolton. That would make my investigation expand. We can't figure out how to get Chris on because his internet is Harveying right now. Chris, I don't know why I'm not in. Did you see him trying to add you, Mr. Moore? Yeah. Bro, your internet, because you're going out right now, free to Dolton. All right. You gonna drive down the street? Well, I'm ready to see you from here. I need you on the screen, my bad, my butt. Okay. Yeah. Let's try this one last time. I need to reposition to another spot in the house. So it's hard for me. I emphasize, but I'm trying, and listen to the first Tiffany Henyard supporter, Chris Moore. I can't even get him on the screen. That sucks. So we're gonna try this one more time. I asked him to try one more time.
He told me I ain't drive to Dolton and get a signal.
Damn it! Can you accept the call, Mr. Moore? Accept the call. Accept the call over here. On my damn show. Mr. Moore. Y'all talk to me. Can you talk so I can you hear me? I hear you pretty good. Okay, you hear me. Okay, so Mr. Moore, you obviously
better run them donations, baby. Run them donations, baby. Run them donations, baby.
Thank you for the $5 cash app. And also, just a reminder for everyone, Eat with Q's course is not dropped, nor has her ebook. Just if anybody was asking or wanted to sign up. Yeah, a week later, it ain't shit dropped yet. No.
Still lying. Still lying.
She did, however, happen to make a post on the IG that said, if it ain't from God, I don't want it. Well, we don't know what that means. That could mean a lot of things, but that was the most recent thing she posted on the IG stories.
Interview, and you feel like you can enlighten us.
I guess they're stolen Tabasco sauce from God, huh? I guess.
More of maybe a different side. What I want to say about that Brother Don Court podcast, he's a very genuine brother, and he was misused during the Z team. He was there used for PR photos that can be interpreted as Uncle Sam.
Remember, we heard about the Z team, and dude said, do y'all think y'all doing a good job? And he said, Darlene, I'm from the Z team, and you know what we... he talking about the Z team. Maybe we'll find out what the Z team is. We know.
Now, sample photos. He was with Zuccarelli. They took photos with him like he was the token Negro. And Zuccarelli trusted him a lot. And he was with Zuccarelli all the way almost up to the moment he died. I know for sure the day before. When he died, are you hearing me really good? They said they can hear you. Okay, copy that. I don't see the video of you. When Zuccarelli passed away, the entire Z team turned their back on Don Court. That Stan Brown, the only one that came back and knew that it was wrong. Give me 1 second. And
I don't like that damn Stan Brown. He a Tiffany supporter.
He supported Don Court as elected. Now,
that's fucked up. I know these people. So much I feel like I know him. I don't like that damn Stan Brown or that damn Andrew Holmes. Andrew Holmes looked like one of them 70s evil villains off the black shows. Like he was the drug pusher man or some shit back in the day.
Wait, Chris, you're confusing me. Are we giving you a second or you still talking? Still talking. Can you hear me? Go ahead, I'm fucking with you. Go ahead, you still talking. Okay, you taking you a second, but you kept going. But we saw you taking off the coat. Okay. Now I had to take my jacket off. I just walked in. I was trying to get all this together. Actually, this is my first time joining.
Oh, could you get back to the story, old nigga?
Well, we definitely can believe that because you ain't even on the. You're not even on the live, my brother. We believe that. On the damn live. I'm holding your face up.
You caught that nigga on Facebook.
Okay. Parker was loyal to the Z team. When Zuccarelli died, they kicked the man to the curb. The man didn't have a job. They wouldn't support him in any election. He continued to stay loyal to them. He didn't have anything going on in his life. At the time, he lost his best confidant and political instructor, Frank Zuccarelli, and he was on the floor. He took his step harder than anybody in the Southland. So I guess I would assume that you would think, or you would be saying that Tiffany giving him a job was a great thing. It was a great thing. The man couldn't pay his bills. He couldn't take care of his family. He had been supporting his family. Zuccarelli's tenure, as he told you during the live, from 1997 up until last year or a couple years ago was a long time. He didn't know what it was like not to eat. And they was making sure he didn't eat. Okay, so he said that it was from the pressure of the board that he was able to get that job. It wasn't necessarily Tiffany's will. You have a different opinion? The pressure of the board came is when I put out pressure saying that they abandoned that man. And by all rights, Don Parker should be the leader of the Z team today. They disrespected his mind. They didn't want him to be in charge. They treated him like he was a stepchild. This includes the Z team members, the corrupt Z team members of Harvey, Illinois that Frank Zuccarelli supported. Whoa. Okay, Chris. So now you already starting to warm up. I didn't even get there yet. And you said that there are corrupt members. And so as a Tiffany Henyard, let me not put nothing in your mouth. Are you a supporter of Tiffany Henyard? Absolutely. You are. I support Tiffany Henyard for what she's doing in the Southland. She is providing services coming from Thornton Township to people who have never received these services. Everyone can receive services during Tiffany's tenure. If you need service in Thornton Township, you make a phone call, you fill out the application, and it's done. Under Frank Zuccarelli's tenure, you didn't get these services. To pick to speak 1,000 words, you can go back to all his services. You're going to have a little white lady getting on the bus. He did everything exclusive. What he did do for black people, he did get them jobs to serve the white folks. He didn't do anything, especially in the city of Harvey. He supported Tyrone Rogers, who had over 30 counts of rape, sexual assault, kidnap. He personally bankrolled his
kidnapping
defense in the 6th district of a year case.
I wouldn't expect anything less from a Henyard supporter. I wouldn't. They talking about a man that's dead.
Oh, okay.
He's supporting him.
Zuccarelli is dead. And then he that's who they're comparing what Tiffany's tenure from his. Even though he was in there from 97 to about 2023. He was in there for a long time. But then they were talking about, I think one of the guys that spoke that was on the board that was speaking on he said something to the mayor at Thornton Township when I reviewed.
Now he's the only person in history in Illinois, in the city of Hardin, that gets kicked off the ballot for putting in wrong information. Gets put right back on the ballot, not as a write-in, but back on the ballot the following week, and win the election.
So Chris, let's go slow here a little bit, slow down a little bit. You're saying Frank Zuccarelli hired questionable people. Is that good or bad?
Yeah, it ain't even no hire. He supported their elections. He bankrolled their elections with the funds that everybody talks about is supposed to be for residents of Thornton Township. Those funds were used to bankroll elections of corrupt political criminals who steal from children. They stole over $1 million worth of chicken wings that we know about.
Okay, well, hold on.
That nigga said they stole $1 million worth of chicken wings. That was a hell of a barbecue.
Must have been good wings.
Must have been party wings.
Chris, hold on, because it's a lot. You're doing a lot of it at one time. Is it so? You said that it was wrong. Isn't it also, and I'm just asking now, Tiffany Henyard, now the supervisor, she has a ton of questionable people that she's hired. Is that wrong?
She hired Don Court Parker and he questioned. She didn't have any reason to hire that brother. She knew that he didn't have a job. She knew that he was around begging. Stan Brown got him that job. Because if I put the pressure on Stan Brown for y'all to treat that brother like that when he supported you down.
You put the pressure on Stan Brown to get him that job, but it's still part of the administration. So is it wrong? Now you taking credit for a nigga being on there that you said shouldn't be on there.
He supported the man down to the last drop of dirt was in the ground.
Okay.
And they wouldn't give him a job, not a dollar, not anything.
But is that
Don Court Park is somebody that I was very close to
but the question is, was, Chris, is it wrong that she's hired several people with very questionable facts?
Anybody in a position of political power in the Southland, it's gonna be somebody corrupt in every administration across this country. You can't vet every person, a person that you vetted that proved not to be corrupt last month, may be corrupt this month. So I'm sure that, as I stated to you before, I'm sure that there's some corrupt individuals at work, and that's the case in point of the Kellogg administration in the city of Hardin. He had family members that proved to be corrupt. People thought that he was corrupt along with him after a strenuous 16-year FBI investigation. It was proven that he wasn't never indicted, that he had nothing to do with that corruption. Sometimes corrupt people, they feel like they are entitled because they either kin to the person in power or they have been with them for so long when they get to the point that they feel like they are entitled to break the law of the people in the state of Illinois.
Get him. I'm going to forget that. Get him.
Fighter for what's right, holding government accountable, critical thinker, independent. You knew your stuff when I was fighting an issue in Harvard. Why, with all of the allegations, are you supporting Tiffany Henyard?
Tiffany Henyard, what she is doing is historical. Nowhere in the country can young black women that's still in high school and junior high have the ability to look at her and know that they can one day lead in this country.
So are you saying she the only black mayor in the country? Because you said nowhere in the country can young black girls in high school look around and say, I could be male?
What about the vice president?
Why do they have to be black anyway? Why can't it just be a woman in a position of power and say, I can do that? But fine, we're going to do black. He mean to tell me there's no black mayors anywhere when Laura Lightfoot was just the mayor of Chicago. He just fucking, she the first. It's historical. For that region that y'all in, it's historical. But it's not really because y'all in the Chicago region. It's historical for that fucking town. Yeah, he a old nigga that been around seeing a lot, but yeah, he definitely he looked like he took the payroll. That's probably who House the Tahoe was at. Wait, let me put it up. True, we done broke the case. This nigga that's talking, this his house. She was paying him. She was paying him to do this on Jedidiah show. She had to go in and pay him the monies.
To people, I have been to her events. I have spoken to the 83% of the people that voted her into office in the village of Dolton. The love and the affection that she gives and the understanding, the organization, the things that the people, black people, brown people, that has poor people that have been in Thornton Township suffering under Frank Zuccarelli's administration now have a breath of fresh air. They don't have to, they don't have to go through all this red tape and jump through hoops and support this person for campaign or that person for campaign just to get my grandmama a wheelchair wrap. That's not how Tiffany works. You fill out the paperwork, you call a number, this lady gonna be there for you. She gonna come and take care of you.
This nigga got a pamphlet. He definitely was paid, Gabe. He definitely was paid. This nigga got a pamphlet.
Some talking points to make sure he throws in there.
He done pulled up to Tiffany and put her face on the damn screen. Look at it, y'all.
This lady gonna be there for you. She coming for you. It's not anything that's going on in the city of Harvey is better. This is a city that is Frank Zuccarelli. You hear so many great things about him. But what you don't see is Harvey was part of Thornton Township. He left it in a shambles by supporting corrupt people in Harvey. That speaks a lot about his administration. He willingly done it. If anybody works for Tiffany and they're corrupt, they snuck in the back door.
So here's the question, because now I'm listening and I'm being very, very respectful. I got respect for you, but I don't understand your answer. You're much more smarter than this to me. So far, you said she gives hugs, she throws events, you can get a ride. Why do you support Tiffany Henyard factually? What has she factually done? Hold on, Chris, let me ask. So I can
get him, Jedidiah. Get him. We're gonna get shit.
Chris, one second. I don't know if I'm in the speaker no more. I need you to ask that. What has she factually done that garners Chris more support?
What she's done that garners my support is her way of leading. It is the historical fact that she's the first black woman to ever hold that seat in Thornton Township. The people of the city of Harvey and the people all of Thornton Township have been oppressed under the administration of Frank Zuccarelli that lasted for decades. You're going to hear thousands of people, and those are friends of the C-Team, the wink friends of Frank Zuccarelli. Everybody wasn't a friend of him. The common folk, the little person, the young person, the person whose lights are out right now, and they can call Tiffany's office and have their lights cut on. They don't have to go through the red tape. They don't have to call Tyrone Rogers or Don Fort Parker and beg to be, because it's embarrassing when people they're already down, when they cannot pay their bills, when they cannot get services, and they come looking for help. They shouldn't have to jump hoops and do electioneering. She garners my support because she doesn't do that. When people are in need, she takes care of the people.
So, as a voice in the South Lane,
She's on Roland Martin. She misrepresents her knowledge of a foundation. Is that okay? Is it a flag? Is it a mistake?
In my opinion, I did see that Roland Martin interview. In my opinion, she doesn't know enough about this charity. This charity just started. It wasn't months old.
In my opinion, she doesn't know enough about the charity. Motherfucker, she know Keith Freeman's name is on it. She tried to make it seem like just a random nigga created that she ain't know it all. Just she tried to act like me or Gabe created that motherfucker, and we were just clickbaiting off her name. We was clout chasing off her name, as she say, clickbaiting, clout chasing. But no, it's the nigga she actually know that she didn't hide in 2 spots she work in. And you talk about she don't know enough about. Man, get your paid ass off the screen. Get him, Jedidiah. Get him.
This is not a charity that's been out there. You are very familiar with 501c3s. This is something that she's passionate about, with cancer. She didn't know the ramifications or anything else as far as she jumped in and went down and tried to lobby. Thornton Township Board unanimously voted to give money for them to go to Springfield, for them to do this foundation. I doubt if they even ever collected $1 because it wasn't off the ground for even a month.
You said no, they collected tens of thousands of dollars.
And it came from Thornton Township and Dolton.
Documented from the township.
So
stupid
the next question that I was asking
I know that.
She is allegedly told of sexual assault allegations. She says she's gonna handle it. That young lady is fired. Chris Moore, what do you say about that?
There was all allegations. We don't know what happened. All I do know is, and as you know, it's very questionable when you go to Las Vegas. Something happened in Las Vegas. You fly all the way home. You don't alert the authorities there. You come home. Somebody allegedly tells you that they're gonna let you go home for another year. Now you want to come back and tell us that you sexually assaulted there after you came back to work. It's a story. I'm not gonna believe not one word of that against the advocacy of Andrew Holmes until the jury comes in. And we're a long way from that process. I don't think any charge is going to be filed, but the simple fact you didn't follow the right procedure. Somebody assaulted you out in Las Vegas, and you wake up and the story keeps flip-flopping. And I'm just supposed to believe because you say something happened a year ago. I saw this before in the past with another elected official. And the person that did the accusing and said that he inappropriately FA'd her, she wound up going to jail. I'm not going to even entertain that because I know it's a witchcraft going on with this case. I have met with Andrew Holmes. I did work with him during our board up here in the city of Harvey. He's not even somebody I particularly liked at first. You know, I didn't like him at first.
Tiffany didn't like me.
But that's not the vibe that I get. I see the work that he does. He's there when
took his shades off.
Doesn't have anybody, and they pulling that door open at the morgue, and her toe tag is on her child. Andrew Holmes is standing there. That means something. And I'm not gonna accept just because somebody's slandering. There's a lot of people that don't like Tiffany for a lot of reasons.
Okay, hold on, Chris. I'm just trying to, and I'm not. Okay, Chris, I'm not, and literally, I know you can't see me at the moment, but I'm literally asked the first reporter to come on, so I'm really trying to ascertain perspective. What about?
I've been doing this for days. You the first reporter to come on. Shit.
Trustees saying repeatedly that they have not gotten financial documents to do their job, to know how money is being spent by management.
You know for a fact that the clerk won't get the mayor document. Every time that the mayor spends money in the village.
Have you investigated that claim?
I'm not really into Dolton politics. But I can guarantee you in the end, the FBI haven't came talking about that because they received
each and every time a financial report is out, they got emails. They not got to tell you that they have that information because they're running the deficit up and down. I've seen that. They're waiting on things and how they're going to go through the same thing that everyone in the city of Harvey is going. They thought they wanted Chris Cook. Chris.
He will not stop.
Okay.
Well, you the one over there with the Harvey internet. I'm trying to get on street with stop.
Working over here with the good stuff. I don't know why you got it.
Bullshit. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna send my investigators to check that signal. So this is what I need to know though. Not necessarily being engaged with Dolton's politics. The notion of them saying it, does that affect your support of her? The fact that the trustees of the village are saying she's not giving the documents. Have you questioned it? Have you investigated it? Does it sway you at all?
It doesn't sway me whatsoever. I know that they have those documents. I have watched city councilmen in the city of Harvey lie, steal, cheat to increase their political agenda. They will incapacitate the entire city because they hate their boss. They hate their boss, so they're going to tell you, hey, guess what? We didn't get this. We didn't get that. They don't want to show you those finances. You want to know why, Jed? For the simple fact they have run a deficit of taking her to court and losing. They have been the center of every court case. Yeah, that if she's stolen one red nickel, you know that she will be in prison right now. She will be charged, maybe still be the man, but she will have on the ankle bracelet right. No one has brought substantial facts that she has done any corruption in office, any unethical thing. A lot of allegations have come forth, but not one shred of evidence. Not one.
She has a illegal vehicle with police tag and lights that she was instructed to strip, and she still has that vehicle. That hold on, Chris, we're talking. That is illegal. That is literally unethical and it's hypocritical. So you said not one. I'm giving you one of the very basic ones that my team has found. Does that affect your perspective?
I want to say this, yeah. Here I come right now. I'm giving you some coffee again.
He getting some coffee. No, he's not. You're right, Gary. He's drunk.
And I want to get
they giving him a shot of whiskey. I gotta get my whiskey.
Not only did Tiffany not know she was doing something wrong, nobody in the general public thought anybody anything about it, except for the big wigs in Thornton Township. You want to know why? Frank Zuccarelli did the same thing.
Oh, here we go with Frank again.
Nobody had anything to say. But when she did it, following his lead, doing what she saw him do, now what was the problem? She had no idea she was doing it. As soon as the state and corrected her, she corrected herself. That shows integrity. If you're doing something wrong and they inform you of it, she changed that up right away because she had no idea she was doing anything wrong because the white man was doing it all the time.
He just said, he literally just said she was told to strip the lights off the car and her car still got the lights on. This nigga's an idiot.
So I'm trying to figure out if I could, let me try to be, so I, in my investigation, discovered that she's been riding around in police cars for quite some time. The day that Frank Zuccarelli died, his street was cut off. They had every mayor at bay down the street. The only reason why Tiffany got to Frank's house is because she pulled up in a Dolton police car. At that time, they knew it was wrong. How could she not know that it is wrong? Hold on, let me
I'm asking you. Hold on. I'm asking you a question. Chris, I'm asking you a question. This isn't speculation. I have proof of this. She knew that it was wrong then. She got through where every other mayor couldn't get through. She wanted her seat. She knew it was wrong. So if you is a supporter, what I'm asking you, before I ask questions about who interviewed and all these other things, I'm trying to gauge you as a supporter. That's all. And I'm not making up your ass to do all.
As a supporter, I have seen nothing. First of all, as I spoke to you about those magic glasses, nothing is as it appears to be.
There's no magic. They just help me think.
Because if any of the funds, the trips, the money, all of the budgets, what they're saying was spent on her trip, it's not even a drop in the bucket of what the white man was saying.
That's his defense. That's his defense for everything. The white man before her was corrupt, so it's okay for her to be corrupt.
That is the worst and the most bullshit experience. Excuse me. You guys keep talking about Frank. Frank is dead. Frank is hey.
That's the only reason she in the stock because Frank is
gone.
He can't be held accountable.
Chris. Frank is gone. We can't keep deflecting with Frank. Frank is gone.
People have given him a guy like he is honored and praised. Don Core is still praising him, and he didn't leave Don Core a time. And I tell you what, I supported Don Core through all of his trials and tribulations, making sure he got jobs. I would like to get on his live and you get your technical support and bring him on for the simple fact that his repayment to me was to cross the people that I referred him to.
Who?
To cross some Africans that I do business with. He crossed them out of a couple dollars. And to people that's not from this country, you steal from an African or take something from them and your word is not fine, they'll cut your hand off.
So did you know that Tiffany Henyard played a Siberian monster? Gave her land that was not supposed to be sold. EPA said the land was not supposed to be sold, and she said and cashed $100-something thousand a check with the currency exchange. Who now a man has lost his business. So
I heard those stories. We don't have any actual facts on that. And like I said to you, Jed,
I talked to the mob. They're not happy, Chris. The mob is not happy. Well, look, let me do this. I wanted to understand the thinking of a supporter. You're the first one that's not employed directly that I talked to. Thank you for coming on.
A true supporter is Tiffany here. You're not paying attention to the news. The damn Flacco.
Okay, but hold on, Chris. Hold on, Chris. Hold on. You're not. Chris was segueing.
Chris excited to be on the show. He's just going. He said, "I got something to say."
You don't care about the things being said. It's gonna take an actual prosecution for you to think she's gonna. I got it. So, but you love her for kissing babies, taking pictures, having events. My thing is this: you are here as a response to Don Core's interview moments ago. What did Don Core say that you did not agree with?
The president's alone in Don Core. Don Core was somebody I spoke to every morning from 6 a.m. from the death of Frank all the way up until recently. When he decided to cross over a business associate of mine, he didn't want to answer the phone for me. After I got him thousands of dollars worth of jobs, I personally gave him jobs I didn't even really need until it supported him. My thing, it speaks volumes. It just shows me what the type of people that the Z team that was in the Z team. They don't have any loyalty to anybody. Their God is money. They don't care who they cross over to get it. They don't care who they got a trick. They don't care what money they use to commit election fraud. They don't care what they do. That they have to do to get their people in position
to do wrong in the Southland. So you literally think that everything that's happening is just a power grab. This is not because she's done anything illegal, unethical, or corrupt. Job when you wouldn't be here. They wouldn't care what was going on in Dolton. So they want that township job because they use the food pantry program and use criminals like corrupt Alderman Tyrone Rogers from the 6th Ward of Harvey. He uses those. He put 200. Wait, hold on, Chris. We're not talking about other people. I gotta be very specific. I got ADHD. You fucking me up. I need to know if any of these things prove to be true. Would you still be a supporter of this administration? If Tiffany is indicted, it's gonna take an indictment. It's gonna take an indictment. If it's proven to be true that Andrew Holmes committed a sexual assault in Las Vegas, I would still support Tiffany as Thornton Township president. Even though she did not call for his resignation and potentially covered it up.
Thank you.
Call for his resignation, but he elected. He don't have to resign. The employee was fired and intimidated. I mean, what did they allegedly? And you've seen from the people that she works with, even her enemies, she don't never kick anybody while they die. It's not their best to stand. They told us so many lies on her. How was she to turn around and believe because somebody made an allegation against Andrew Holmes? Okay. I mean, that goes She was to resign when they said she's done all types of wicked things. She is, and now I'm gonna go low because what I'm trying to figure out is if there's anything that will make you say this is wrong. I'm gonna go very low. I just gotta do it. Go ahead. I'm gonna go very low. At the very least, she's a homewrecker. She's with a man who's married. A man who she's let running the show behind the scenes, my opinion, allegedly based on my research. A man who has a 13-year-old child she doesn't even know about. I just told her. And other women, she's a homewrecker. She's allowing that man to run this government, allegedly. Is that okay? I had to go low. When a black woman loves somebody, I'm sure that you done had women in your life that you have love, and everybody in their family said, hey, don't you mess with him, he ain't no good, he ain't this. But when a woman loves somebody, it ain't nothing anybody can do about it. I'm not gonna get into a personal, I don't know. I actually had a conversation with Jamal, and he didn't know it was me, and I didn't know it was him. I don't have anything to say about, I don't know what his.
You had a conversation with him, but you didn't know it was him and he didn't know it was you? How the fuck did this conversation take place?
Situation is in his marriage, why he's with her, obviously. Is he a home wrecker? Is she a home wrecker? That's not. That was very unfair of me. I ain't gonna lie. That was very unfair. I was being messy. Okay, so it's really clear that you are, again, staunch supporter. You're not shaking. You got to see an indictment. But again, Don Core, your response to him is you sound like you're upset because he's not following you anymore, or he's not calling you anymore. No. I don't need no following. That's one thing about me. Chris Moore rolled with 80 followers. I don't need, that's not, the point is, you crossed me over, Don Core. You took money from my African people, you wouldn't return their phone call. You made my word look like it was garbage. And then, even when I gave you an opportunity to complete the work that you promised you would, even though you called them and lied 2 or 3 times, you didn't do that. Then you decide you're just not going to answer the phone for me anymore. I'm your enemy all of a sudden after I helped you in a financial tight spot. Tiffany gave you a job, you went in. Well, hold on. Okay, it sounds like a lot of personal stuff. And so, you know what? All of this is personal. Okay, but hold on, pause. Because, but did he say something? First of all, my personal with him is he's still supporting a white man who left the city of Harvey is fucking trash. I ain't gonna sit up and let you sit up and kiss this white man dead ass. When he had left the city as shambles. He have left the corrupt to reign hell in the city of Harvey. It's deaths of children, deaths of people, fentanyl-related deaths, and this is all organized by the people that the person is this dead white man who asked he kissed it.
I'm gonna give.
That's my problem. When I go in the city of Harvey and I see pain and suffering, I see people being politically abused, and I know that the same white man who asked you on here glorifying is responsible for the demise of the city of Harvey.
So now I have. So now. Hold on. Chris. So look. Paul. Okay, we got it. Chris, you feeling this? Chris, come on.
When you haven't done anything.
Chris, now let me tell you. Listen to me, man. Come on, calm down. Bring it down. We're actually going to at this point. Hold on, Chris. We're going to actually. We're going to actually. Now, Chris, I'm gonna have to cool you down in a minute. Okay, so we have to cut. We have to cut Chris down. You got to cut Chris down. He's still talking and going on. But right now, we're going to go and get the young man and allow him to come on. And then I'm going to cut Chris's thing on. So you all go get Don Core. Tell him he can come in now if he wants to. And we're going to allow him to respond. I'm going to cut on Chris's. Yeah, you'll see what you're gonna see it. It's a hell of a lot. We're gonna bring Don Cora on, and we're gonna allow him to be on because it's not fair for me to let you come on and respond to him and not give him the same ability. And so while we're waiting for him to come on, I have a question for you. Have you done any investigating yourself as a voice in the Southland of the allegations that people have made? Have you done any investigation into issues of corruption or not? Huh?
Which allegations?
Anyone? Have you researched any allegation against Tiffany?
No.
That require research.
He said he don't watch the news or nothing. Hell no.
Hello? Chris. Asking you, have you done any investigation?
Hell no, I ain't doing no research.
Of anything that the mayor has been accused of?
I have.
Hell no.
I'm privy. I am informing your office, and I know that you can find the investigation. I am informing you that you're not going to come up with any evidence of any allegation pitted against Tiffany Henyard. That as far as theft, you're going to find out that the monies that was spent on trips were allocated. You're going to find out that her personal security was allocated, that it was already allocated, and how much and how many officers by the former mayor before her. You're going to find out that none of the allegations against her are innocent.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
he said enough of this ass kissing.
You've been brought here to find corruption, and what you're going to find is the opposite. You're going to find corruption of political lives. They think that they can say, yeah, sick, yeah, aka black, and they think that you're going to go out and spread their lives for them. But what they're going to find out is that you're going to find out the truth.
All I want is to find out the truth.
So you're going to find out that truth, and you're going to find out, and then you're going to be the enemy. That's what they do. They turn on you.
So here we go, Chris. Well, I thank you for that response and your prophetic prediction. You said that we're going to find out that that she didn't do anything wrong, like you feel. But on the line now, you do have Don Core. Don Core speak. I don't know. Let me see if he can hear you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I can hear him. Okay, can you hear him, Chris?
I can hear him pretty good.
All right. So, damn.
I don't even know how to start this. Jerry. Okay, so Don Core and Chris, you guys were on the same side. He says he said, as you probably saw, he felt like you were looking for a paycheck, couldn't get no work after Frank. You bogus. You got something to say to that?
First of all, I ain't never been bogus. I ain't never been looking for no work. I worked for Chris. He paid me. I just woke back up. I just was working out and I went to sleep. But he paid me. I did work for different people. When it comes in terms of his daughter's house, the guy was asking me to do some investigations on some things that they said they had done already. And Chris being my friend, I didn't want to report that his family members said they did something that they did not do. So I kind of left it alone. And then when I did go there to do the work, they didn't let me in once or twice. So I kind of washed my hands of it. And do I have the same drywall that the guy asked me to get? And am I willing to do the work? Yes. I don't do shabby business. Now, that's one thing. And back it up. You're talking about Frank Zuccarelli left Harvey in shambles. Frank Zuccarelli helped Harvey more than you could ever imagine. For you to ever have to put this.
Fucking mind over there. Hold on, Chris. Let's let him speak. Chris, let him speak. Chris, let's let him. Chris, can we let him speak? We're gonna let you speak. Chris.
He fucked the school district. Not a hunky.
And he fucked the city over.
Not the hunky.
Can we let him get out his perspective? We'll let you respond. He feels that he didn't. Go ahead. Finish your my first line, Jed. I apologize. I gotta be on yours. People don't want to talk to me. I don't give a fuck. And he left your ass out there.
At the end of the day,
you collected $600 from Chris, Chris, we just want to let him can we let the man get out his I'm so sorry. This interview is hard. Chris, can you please sip your fucking coffee and let him talk? I'm gonna let you talk back too. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck. Keep pricing.
There ain't no coffee.
You cross your brother over. I tell you, Chris, please, my boy, please, Chris, I'm gonna have to mute you. Chris, I'm sorry. Chris,
mute that sap trucker.
Damn it, Chris.
He will not shut the fuck up. It's disrespecting the host.
To tell you his version. And I'm gonna relax. Okay, I don't think that's costing me, bro. So
it ain't.
Go ahead, bro. Talk your talk.
And he got a new foot.
The vote totals show that Frank Zuccarelli was doing a good job for multiple years. He was in a black neighborhood and was multiple times elected. He did so well that nobody wanted to run against him. And then there were people that you guys put up once or twice.
Oh my God, Chris. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
He just cut the volume down on dude, where he's still talking.
Hey! Y'all raising my blood pressure. We just trying to have a conversation. Now, damn it, I know I go into meetings, I be disruptive. Is this how I sound? Now, chill out. Ding, 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 nigga.
Go to your corner.
I'm so sorry. Chris, all he wants.
Okay, but are you proud that Garcia won? You know, he's Mexican and all. Yeah, you just, what happened to this Hispanic pride, sir? He's clearly Mexican. It's Garcia.
Ooh.
I don't know what his first name is, but Hispanic. Yeah, he knocked out a black guy, or sort of a black guy. He's really, really beige, but he knocked him out last night.
No, not bad. Oh, is it you talking about Ryan Garcia?
I got think Ryan, Andy, Angel, one of them motherfuckers. I don't know. But he had it back to a match last night. The guy he beat hadn't been knocked down ever before till last night. Or knocked down 3 times. Floored him. He didn't win the belt though because he was 3 pounds overweight, so that's gonna be dude's excuse for why he got his ass whooped. It was a little bit more behind them punches. 3 pounds more to be exact.
Damn.
Bruh's a real Mexican because he said, I drink every day. Not saying that that's a good thing, but just saying y'all can't fuck with me. I'm a nigga that drink every day and I'm still coming here whooping niggas' asses. He ain't say niggas because he's Mexican.
He's the dude that was drinking the beer during the weigh-in, right?
Well, he didn't actually have a beer, but he did the beer gesture, yes. And that's what he said after the fight. He drank beer every day. That's why he's 3 pounds over.
You gotta make weight, man. It's like the hardest thing to do.
Well, no, he just went on and they made a bet that he would give him $500,000 for every pound over, but then they had an official thing for him giving him $600,000 for the fight to continue. But I think the guy said he honored the bet, so he gave him like $1.5 million for that ass whooping.
Okay, not bad. But yeah,
he doesn't get to win the belt though because he was overweight, so he doesn't get the belt.
Yeah, that's where they get you with the, the rules and shit.
He knew it going in the weigh-in Friday though. It's just what he just had those stipulations to keep the match going. They didn't want to cancel it all the way, so he was like, "Fuck it, I'll pay you in. I don't care about the belt."
When you push him in the corner like that, you kind of have to.
It would have sucked to lose though, and still would have had to get that money because you were overweight. Luckily, he won.
But if you know you're good, you have to make weight, right? And you know there's a certain day it's going to happen. Why can't you just make sure it's done?
He could have tried to take those 3 pounds off between the weigh-in and the actual Saturday night. He could have done a Saturday night weigh-in and still made it. He said, fuck it, he wasn't trying. Because he didn't care. And he didn't care. He was getting paid enough money that he was willing to give him $500,000 per pound over. He just didn't give a fuck. He probably didn't care about the belt either. But he got it on his resume that he knocked out I think it's the welterweight.
Oh shit.
Lightweight. It's supposed to be 140. And he was 143. So I think it's welterweight. But he knew what he signed up for. He knocked out the number 6 ESPN pound for pound fighter. So he got that on his resume.
All we're trying to let him do is get out his perspective. Even if you don't agree, just let him talk and we're going to listen to you talk, bro.
Shout out to James Pierce.
Really glorification. You roll through Harvard, you've been through here, you know a lot about this city. That man is responsible for what the fuck you think. He is responsible for the reports that you get. He's responsible for every crime that has happened. He's
every crime?
Kicked ass in South Holland. He might have kicked ass in every other community in North Township. But he didn't do shit here. And he didn't do shit for you, John Corn. And the people
you don't know how to lie.
They fucked you over.
You don't know how to lie.
Me over after I ain't assisted.
So can we? So how about we start
Talk
there?
Loud, saying nothing, boy. You ain't saying nothing.
Hold on. Let's start there. He feels Zuccarelli done nothing for you.
Your boy. Oh, this is real nigga shit, boy.
Your truth. Is that your reality?
Man, he's slow, man. What's wrong with you? He know better than that.
He's slow.
Now he asked you a question. Now he don't know better than that.
No, I'm talking about you know better than that.
So what's Frank's legacy to you, bro?
First of all, let me tell you something. Frank Zuccarelli gave me a job young, sent me to school, helped me out tremendously. It started a long time ago. I had multiple jobs. I had multiple chances doing different things. And he looked out for me. His death was sudden. But even in that, I was his personal assistant part-time, and I was making a decent wage for me and my family. I never was hurting under Frank. In fact, that's why most of all those haters hate me so much because we beat their ass in so many elections. It was unbelievable. I think we like Forever and O on the ass. So of course the
from 97 to 03 to 23.
For the most part, he was with McCaskill. He blew his ass out like 3-4 times. He supported Chief. He blew his ass out like 2-3 times. Every time they came up, he knocked their ass out the ballpark. So I expect him to be hated. And Forever, I never asked him for shit. I never needed anything from him. But at the end of the day, all this extra whooping and all this talking, Chris Moore really goes to the future. Chicago said the South Play.
This is unfortunate.
Now all of a sudden, nobody had nothing to say about this corrupt ass white man. Soon as a black sister get in there and she the black woman there for all these positions, we got all fucking black people calling up Edgar J. Hoover's FBI that ain't never had nothing good for the black community ever, standing up to fucking take her down. So you can do what? So you can support who?
Unfortunately, I have to cut off both. This is very unfortunate for me. I've cut both off because I can't say too much because I'm the same way, right? So this is raw. I mean, for it appear that we could very, very cut it. That conversation, no, and I know that.
Let's see if I can get them back.
If fighting to get a piece of the pie, repeat, get a scripture that comes to mind.
Let's see.
And Williams. Out. Back. I'm sitting on the ship in the Gulf of Mexico following this story. I'm got 10, but that's America. Sometimes we Mexico following any more guests. Do so. I want to get off. Woke me up because y'all got my phone ringing with all this stuff, man. What's the word? Pretty intense, man. We just had Chris Moore come on and respond to Don Core. Didn't go well. Yeah, I caught some of that. We all in. What you got? Nah, I'm just, you know me. It's funny. You've been in meetings where I spoke. None of those things ever get played, quoted. The biggest thing, man, you got to understand what Chris Moore was.
This nigga mad that he don't get no publicity. None of my shit ever get quoted or played on the YouTube. Fuck.
Really showing was that it was one thing if he was on the Z team. Now, I found out that he took great care of his people. But it was also a lot of people that he was behind sending attacks.
Okay, so the Z team must be the Zuccarelli team. Yeah, makes sense.
Trying to take them out their political spots. Using, when he was talking about the food boxes, Mr. Zuccarelli would give 400 or 500 food boxes to the people that's running for office, and they would pass those out in their neighborhoods without, oh Lord, people that don't know nothing, their comments just blow me. When he mentioned the Rogers, they would have a garage full of boxes and use them to campaign with. We went through a lot out here in Thornton Township, and that's what everybody has to compare to is what they've seen for 30 years or better. So when people say, why do they bring up this person or why do they bring up that person? Because that's what was the status quo. So that's what most people have grown to know about, see, and things like that. I just think it's sad that, like I said at one of the meetings, that when we finally get in a position to really help many more people benefit, that it becomes a spectacle.
Yeah, but here's my question, because when I listen to Chris and even now I'm listening to you, it really doesn't sound like you all are. It sounds like you all are more against Zuccarelli than it is supportive of Tiffany Henyard.
No, I wouldn't say that. But what you would have to understand is there's been a lot of people that were supporters of Zuccarelli that have been Willie lynched into hating a Keith Price or Anthony McCaskill or that was the thing. People used to get threatened with their jobs if they were caught speaking to me or things like that, because I always went and called out things that I didn't like at that township. But when it comes to the work that I see and the things I've learned, especially dealing with food boxes or putting literature into senior gift bags, the things that you should not have been doing, it was never called out. It was never, and he was a powerful man. One of the biggest reasons that I noticed most people at the township really had a problem with Tiffany was she was not giving out the bonuses and the big raises and things that they had got accustomed to. And if you want to piss anybody off, you mess with their money. So, when it came down to people getting $17,000 bonuses during this month, most of the time, some have gotten 20, some got 10, but that's a lot of money that was getting shelled out. And just to anybody that's just listening, if you like her, if you don't like her, whoever you like, sometimes you have to question yourself, Jed, and say, if Tiffany gave me $17,000 bonus, how much writing would have been done about that? It'll be all over the place if she was to give me a bonus. If she was to give somebody else a $20,000 bonus, it would be everywhere. So it's definitely a double standard, and we know that for the most part, we cannot do what others got away with, and we will be under more of a microscope if you did do it. But, we've never heard about those bonuses. And when you get in the seat and you start really understanding, like, dang, that's why they liked it. I mean, he was letting them cash in the comp time. So you can get a check one week, cash in comp time the next week, you got another amount of money. You're getting big bonuses, raises. But like I tried to tell my guys, that it's not uncommon for someone to first get into a seat and when you don't know the complete financials of what you're dealing with, not to give out bonuses or not to give out big raises or things like that, because you have to really understand the financials. Now, no matter what anybody says, I put the numbers up there. You saw the numbers, and I'm sure you Googled where they filed the numbers at when we talk audited numbers. The man was running a deficit for years and years. We never heard about it. Now, over the last 2 years, it's in the green, which would normally be the black. Yes, she went and got the $5 million that they ended up building the 333 building with before the funds was released, which dropped them super far. That's that last 20, I want to say that was 2019. It might have been 2020, where it was almost a $5 million deficit. I mean, it's crazy in this game that we have to always look like we cannot govern ourselves. And I know you probably know that's my biggest thing right now. The fact that I fought so long, letting people know I believe we can govern ourselves. I don't personally think Tiffany is doing, and when I say Tiffany, I mean Tiffany. I don't personally think Tiffany is doing anything criminal as of attempting to steal money. I don't believe that. When we talk about vehicles, there's people on here that know for a fact that the township bought Zuccarelli a vehicle, not for him to ride around.
And this looks like one of them goons of hers. This is another supporter.
And in an M plate, not for anything, registered to his home, his vehicle, and it was over 100,000. We never, the people on the outside never really hit up those things. So, I mean, I think whoever would have gotten this seat after 30 years of one way, I think it would have been a problem regardless. But when you have a young black woman who will speak up, doesn't tend to take much garbage, is a fighter, like I've heard you describe her on many occasions, it's almost like more of an insult. When it comes to black women right now, all the way to, I think her name's Kara, the track star, they dog them all over. Just like in Calumet City, they dogged out the clerk, Miss Figs. They dogged out, and these are two of the first. The first black woman as clerk. Figs was the first black alderwoman elected out. Not Figs, Monet was the first black alderwoman out there. And the way that they're being treated, I mean, it's just all over the place, man. And at some point, we got to realize that we must protect the queens, man. Like, that's just my thing. When it comes to anybody else who's gotten caught up in whatever they got caught up in, it's that's up for them to answer.
So you still, even with your talking, I still hear the same thing. I hear you all are fighting for the legacy of black women, the legacy of the black community. You're literally approaching this because of. So while you were talking, your internet was fine. When I get to open in my mouth, you gone.
Damn. He was a go on to Tiffany.
I quit. Because you. Down quick, and it's in this. Met them.
I had two Tiffany supporters come on.
But I need a factual, a Henyard support.
Look like you got a house now.
Damn. Hey, I'm saying, okay. So are you inside out?
Seeing out to, and you got a lot of respect, and you don't have a whole lot. What's going on?
Nate Fields was a mistake.
Nah, this wasn't a mistake. What's going on, brother?
Turn that down. Turn it down for me, man. It sounds like you got something to say.
Okay. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I do want to say I respect your work and your hustle and your aspirations as well. But man, you got a lot of respect and you got a platform, and I like that you voice it. You know what I'm saying? But I see you learning with who you're allowing to voice their opinions on your platform. So you want to make sure you get an even distribution of who you have coming up here to talk, because a lot of people seeing things from the outside in, and you're not getting enough of the people that seeing things from the inside out. You know what I'm saying?
So are you inside out?
Nah, I'm a little bit of everything.
We're back.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just playing. Okay, so you have a perspective. You were at the Thorn Township beat. Brother, you were sharp, by the way. You made me look bad. I had on some damn flies with white socks. But
well, you was homeless. Right. You was.
That's right? What he said.
Like you got a house now. Congratulations.
But you can help add to this conversation. What has you engaged? What is your perspective? Are you with Tiffany?
You know what? I'm gonna say this. Tiffany as a person, just by herself.
This that young nigga that told them folks to not eat corn and shit.
I'm support. I want the best for Tiffany as an individual, but the decisions that she's been making, I think there's got to be some type of consequences for certain decisions. That's just how it's supposed to be. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, you have to learn from those decisions. And if you don't learn early on, then they start stacking up on you. You know, in the end.
Nate, I do apologize. You said you were not inside out. I'm gonna bring back Key. I'm gonna leave you on.
That's cool. But I didn't say I wasn't inside out. I said I'm a little bit of everything. You know, I'm outside in, inside out.
That didn't make no sense.
That doesn't make sense.
So look, listen, I'm part of the Z team. I was part of the Z team.
Oh wow.
Okay.
You part
I
of
walked
it?
around Dolton passing out ballots with Tiffany's name on it because Frank endorsed and helped Tiffany Henyard win Dolton. Okay. He helped a lot of black people win office. Okay.
What's going on?
You know, my whole perspective is people got to understand Frank was in office for 40 years. So he saw this community go from white and merge all the way to black. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting perspective.
So Frank saw the white community and he dealt with white politicians and white people needing things. And as things morphed into black, the black folks started coming in. He started hiring black people. He started helping black people come up. I was one of the people that Frank brought in because I was out in the streets. I was 18. Frank let me move into his house. Do you hear me? He helped me get my GED. He helped me get a job. He helped me get in a better situation. And I wasn't the only one that he helped out like that. I had the key to Frank's house. I checked on him every day. I made sure he was good. Frank had a lot of support and protection when me and some more of the younger guys was around. You know, for years. And so, like I said, Frank started supporting black people. The only thing I would say was that Frank didn't fully understand black folk. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody could come in and then get in that seat and switch up. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it happen a lot of times.
So what's interesting, even because I'm learning something right now. So I did not know that Frank opened his doors to young black. How old are you, my man?
33.
Okay, 33. So I really think that it's important that on this live we people understand again. There is a long-standing history here. I'm just learning this, looking at it. I don't even know where to go with this conversation because you were fighting for more resources to reach the community. It was a great, genuine fight. That's how I met you. But now you have two younger gentlemen on here who say Frank helped them as black people. Does that reach you at all? Curious.
No, I know Nate. I know Doncor. I've never had a problem with Nate. Can't say that about Doncor. I know he's helped people. I said that before I got cut off. I said you find out a lot of things, and I understood why a lot of people liked it. But you know, there was a lot of things that got kept on the hush too, Jed. That dealt with young black men. And you know, me being me, I don't put certain shit out over airwaves like this. You know. But I mean,
has any of those allegations ever been founded? I've heard some.
Well, you said it. I don't know. I just know about a couple payouts. That's about it.
Payouts, improper relationships. You guys are close. Yeah. Does he have a liking for boys? Was he corrupt in any way?
No one is gonna speak on that, bro.
Look, as far as I know, no. Okay, I'm gonna speak on it. As far as I've known Frank since I was 18. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I started working at the lawn care program at the township. All right. I met Frank because I was doing an interview. The news came out, they interviewed people, and I was on the news interviewing, and at that point, Frank was like, it's a cool kid. So after that, he took me, some of my cousins that was in lawn care. He took us out to eat a couple times, you know what I'm saying? We was vibing. He took us to a couple White Sox games. He literally just tried to be young again, you know what I'm saying? And so we kind of created that invited. You know, I had a couple pool parties at Frank's house. You know what I'm saying? Like all type of groups of black, but he trusted us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so quick question.
Man, Carl, he's pitbull on the camera.
Never part of the Z team, right, Keith?
No, sir.
Okay. So you guys have always wow. I don't even know where to go. But Frank is, for me, a mute issue. Frank's not here. Talking about now, the thing, I want to ask y'all a question. Is Tiffany giving resources to the community of color that Frank did? Is she doing that?
Not to the capacity of Frank.
She's duplicating the effort.
Hold on, Keith, I want to ask the Z team on the former Z team. Is Tiffany, as a Dolton supervisor, reaching the black community with resources Frank did?
Absolutely not.
Tiffany, the Z team and Thornton Township is two different things.
No, I'm saying you're a part of the Z team, so I'm asking.
Let me answer that question for you. On the average of any city that we used to go to in the day of the park, we would have an average of 200 to 350 people. Now, if you go there, you only see the workers and a couple of their family members. It's not an abundance of people. The people are not satisfied with what's going on. The people are not happy. There's an underlayment of whisper all over Thornton Township about getting her out of the seat. Any way, shape, form, or fashion. The numbers are down in almost everything that we're doing. Now, the food pantry, guess what? There's poor people all over America. And as the world gets worse, of course, there's going to be numbers that drive up at the food pantry. You're going to give away food there. But the other numbers in Thornton Township of the residents using the resources are nowhere near as high as they used to be. And coming out of a COVID time, they should be even higher because people are more suppressed now than ever. But guess what?
I don't believe that's a true statement.
What are you saying?
I don't believe that's a true statement.
So Keith wants to respond to that. Keith, what is your opinion?
No, I think all the numbers have risen. There is a political whisper about getting her out. She doesn't fit the status quo politician. We tend to like people who are very articulate, sharp, and they tell you everything you want to hear, and then they don't do anything.
In terms of the resources that the numbers people are using.
The numbers are up. The numbers are up.
So hold on, guys. Hold on. So when Keith is saying the numbers are up, you said people are not responding. The question, Don Core, is the resources available though?
This is the difference.
Absolutely.
This is what I think the difference. Go ahead.
It's on me?
Are they available?
Yes, okay. Yes, the resources are available as long as the township doors are open and people from yesteryears know the resources that it entails. Of course, we're going to get people to come there. But I'm going to tell you, if you go to these events and look at a picture of when Frank had an event versus when Tiffany had an event, you can look and see the people that are using the resources right in your face. Go to the senior center. We used to have almost 200 bodies there a day. I worked there for 15 years. I watched those doors flood. It's not like that anymore. Now you can have a visual of what you physically think you can see, or you can look at the paperwork. And I'm interested in looking at the paperwork. I don't believe that the numbers are up. And especially in today's time, it's almost impossible. And the discomfort of seniors throughout Thornton Township, they're not using the resources like they used to. I mean, you can call on this live. You can call Ruby, John O'Hue, and all those people. They will tell you flat out. These are seniors who used to use resources for umpteen years. People are not using the resources. And guess what? Some of the resources aren't even there anymore. Like the we had at the Riverdale building, we had counseling. We had the shrinks and everybody. Well, she did away with that program, and then she wants to put on the ballot to bring it back. We already had it. You didn't have to disperse it, and guess what? We had it.
The mental health bill.
It was already in the budget. It was already there. You don't need to bring something that's already there. You're mismanaging. That's why I know that these resources are not meeting the people because some of them are not even there anymore.
Okay, Keith.
So no, we can't be using the same amount.
Okay,
it
Keith,
has to be reduced.
Let's okay, Keith, you want to respond to that?
Yeah, I believe all the numbers are up. Now I know for a fact that the pantry numbers are up. I know that for a fact. From speaking to GA, the people that they're servicing is up. The difference is the approach of getting this news out. Everybody complains about the flyers, and most people don't complain about the flyers. They complain that her picture is on everything, which I haven't seen any politician really that throw events that don't put their picture on things. But what I think it is with Tiffany is she has so many flyers going out, promoting so much stuff that she's reaching people in their homes and they're calling in and they're coming up and making appointments to get on the program. I think the approach of getting the message out is like I said, you can never expect a 40-year-old black woman to act like a 60-something-year-old white man. It just won't happen. Like Nate said, he was living through them. He was, enjoying seeing them and stuff like that. Well, she's still young. She's still mobile. She's still dancing. But a lot of the things that she do, people seem to take offense to it because she's a politician, as if politicians are supposed to be these robots that only act one way. I'm personally tired of the politicians that speak well, dress well, have the best education in the world, and then don't do shit for our communities. That's me. As far as numbers, pull the numbers, and you can see. I don't get all into numbers. I just know her way of promoting the events are different. As far as other things in this administration, like I told people, and I'll say it again, you've never heard me defend Keith Friedman. I defend Tiffany. I believe she's wise enough not to do anything wrong.
Okay, Keith. Okay,
so that's that.
So I want to speak to Tiffany. Nate, you have a perspective on that? Is she doing more or less or about the same as Frank?
That I don't know. I'm not there to see myself personally. I've heard a lot about the numbers are up, but a lot of the time it's just people saying it. So I don't know unless I can see statistics. You know what I'm saying?
Nate, I don't know if you don't mind asking a question. Have you ever been a supporter of Supervisor Henyard?
Yeah. In the beginning.
So
in the beginning.
What changed it for you?
It was more so the narcissism started coming out, and I'm not big on narcissists and how they act and treat people. It's kind of like, and then of course I got treated a certain way on a couple of occasions, but I won't mention it. But yeah, it was more so people started changing. So, but it's everybody get treated different. I ain't too much holding it.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do because I'm not gonna hold y'all on here too much longer. But I do want to give people who have literally sat and watched this probably damn near 3 hour live an opportunity to ask questions. I'm not gonna have them come on. I'm asking you all to do your best to be respectful. I can't command y'all to act a certain way, but if these gentlemen are willing, you have Keith Price. I wish I had another person on here who was a supporter of Mayor Henyard that was not employed. You have Keith Price, who was employed with the township. You have two gentlemen who...
I thought that was one of her goons, the light-skinned nigga. He just threw me off with the glasses.
Who were a part of the Z team, who are not supportive of Mayor Henyard. And I want to basically give you all an opportunity to ask questions. This is both sides. I'm trying to be as neutral as I can, disregarding the facts as I have them as them, because we're just trying to get down to the truth, not a truth. And so, Don Core, your thing is muted. You may want to unmute that. I'll allow 10 questions. Guys, please don't answer them as they're just rapid out. I'll read it, and that's the one that I'm asking for y'all to answer. And I thank you all for being willing to do this.
I wish I could bring Chris more.
I'm gonna stop it there, y'all. I didn't subscribe. We followed him on Facebook. We're gonna see more uploads of Jedidiah, and apparently he is bringing the city out. Because it's hard to find a Tiffany supporter. We found two, but of course they on the payroll. Truth, you got anything? If you're still up, you shouldn't be. You already took a nap. You should be well rested. But I think she's asleep, y'all. So without further ado, until the next episode, we out. So cold, but I'm so hot. Dope boys with them knives. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. 1,008 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates, this water while till it's hot. Listen, double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, take an order. Left hand, 360, motor to a lot. Blue holler tips, gas switches on the dot. State game, true simple, can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, I get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7, cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1,200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some knots, gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day's a sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gonna stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get your bitch to go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy, fresh with dope boy not. Dope